Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Saturday morning live show. We've got special guests all the way from the UK. We've got Andy. We've got Andy the MAD TATTER joining us this morning. Yeehaw! So don't forget your Vegemite on toast. And don't forget to tell the kitty to fuck right off. Because it's the Saturday morning live show. Let's do this. Let's do this. What is up?
What's up, dude? Yo!
What is up?
Good
Andy,
morning,
welcome.
Australia, and everybody who's watching from anywhere else in the world. Good evening, good morning, whatever it is where you are. How's it going, bro?
Good, man. Yourself?
Yeah. All good,
What
mate.
time
All
we got over
good.
there?
What's that?
What time we got over there?
Midnight, just gone.
Midnight.
I'm just looking for my volume because for some reason I could hear you when we chatted briefly before, but I can't hear you now. So let me just crank that up a bit. Yeah,
That's
that should
all
be
right.
better. Cool.
You get that shit cranking, and we'll say a little g'day to everyone in the chat, and then we'll get everyone to tell you. You can tell about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. by all means.
You were first in the chat. You were first in the chat.
I tried to get it in there, man. Let's do this.
Had to get in there first. You had to do this.
Do it.
All right, so Brad and Jazz, always here. Even when they're sourcing, they're always here. Always here. We got Jasmine. Thank you for coming on. Tommy. Oh, he getting fancy. What's fancy? What was fancy about that? Just the kitty made me do that intro. I didn't have a choice about that intro. Kitty made me do that. Drew and Sarah in the house. Hey, Damo's here. Morning, legends. Damo's here. Damo's got some big stuff coming up soon, so stay tuned to his channel. He's got some big things happening. Won't tell me what's going on. He won't tell me, but we're staying tuned because we're going to stay tuned to see what's going on there. Brad again. A couple of pickers in the house. We've got 15 in. Hello from California. California patty cakes.
We truly international today.
That's a new one for me. So California patty cakes. Oh, I lost the thing. Tracy's here. Crap, I was going to take him out. Sticking around for Lisa's top three. I am a top three. I'm a top three goer, apparently. Oh, no. Or am I number one? I don't know. I'm confused. Am I number one or am I number three? FAST. Let's do this. I don't know who that is, but let's do it.
Absolutely.
Jazz is here.
Hey, Jazz.
And all right, cool. And Jeff is here. Happy Kitty. Yes, I was.
Hello, resellers, non-resellers, and the like.
All right, Andy, let's not worry about the chat right now. We've got 12 in the chat, which is good, and it will grow. Oh,
Yeah.
Video is up. Damo says video is up now. We got 12 in the chat, and let's tell about yourself before we
Yeah, absolutely. I've been doing reselling on eBay full time for the last 18 months now. I've been in retail all my life prior to that, either in the jewelry trade, where I also did a lot of the practical side of things. So I've repaired jewelry and restored jewelry and stuff like that. I've been a despicable car salesman as well for 5 years. So I've done a lot of sales-based work, a lot of retail-based work, and that's just kind of gone hand in hand with, I think I was born into it a little bit as well, because sort of the family business in the previous generation, they had scrap metal dealers and stuff like that, scrapyard.
Yep.
So I think dealing in other people's old shit has kind of is just wired into me genetically to a certain extent. So that sort of led me down the reselling route. When I was in the jewelry trade for a while, I worked as a pawn broker as well, so doing a lot of buying and selling, lending and stuff like that as well. So it kind of got me in that zone of just buying stuff from people, selling it on, making a profit. Clicked into sort of YouTube videos a couple of years ago, started finding people doing it for a living, different resellers in the US, the UK, all over, and then just thought, I fancy a bit of that. So I started doing it on a part-time basis for a while I was still working, and then ended up leaving the job that I was in, just because basically the boss was a dick. I've told this story a few times on other streams.
The boss isn't a dick. So.
Well, yeah, I think he's prerequisite, really, isn't it? But so I ended up leaving that job, and just sort of then from there I decided, right, I'm just going to go both feet first and launch into doing this full time. So it put the pressure on straight away. And I had to start making bank pretty quickly because I only had sort of a month or so's wage behind me. I didn't anticipate leaving quite as quickly as I did.
So for all the people that actually are watching, because I haven't had very many chats with people that have just gone full time. Most of the people that I chat with still work.
Yeah.
What is like any encouragement of when you went full time with not working for the man anymore? You went by yourself, full time reselling. Like you must have been shitting yourself.
Yeah.
Like what you have
Yeah.
to have under your belt to start that? Like, do you know what I mean? Did you have to have savings just in case? Did you have to have heaps of sources or?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, in one respect, I was fairly lucky because I had a lot of crap around the house that I could readily sell. So I didn't have a massive outlay of stock in the very beginning. And like I say, I had sort of a couple of months' wages-ish behind me, give or take. And the missus got a little bit of inheritance money as well that we kind of had as a back burner option, just in case everything sort of failed. Yeah, it was shit scary. It was terrifying. I mean, there were a couple of moments where I was on the phone to sort of people that I owed bills to, phone company and stuff like that, saying, look, can I have another week? And, thankfully, you sort of get into that, talking to these people and you sort of build up a bit of a rapport with them. And, they are quite often a little bit all right about it when you explain the situation, sort of thing. But yeah, it's been terrifying. But it's and there's still terrifying moments now. Sometimes you can still just misjudge something or mistime something. You can have a refund come at a really shitty time when you've just spent a load of money on stock or something like that, and then you think, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to go and find that money from somewhere now. It happens to everybody, I think, and it happens to everybody at every level. It's just about how you kind of live with it and how you deal with it and how you get through it, really, as much as anything.
And how long you been full-time reselling for?
18 months now.
Okay. And no looking back? No need to find any other employment?
No, not at all. I mean, I made a lot of lifestyle changes.
Yep.
Contrary to what you see here, I did actually stop drinking. Recreationally, so I stopped going to the pub, stopped going out, getting pissed and stuff like that. I stopped smoking, stopped sort of going out to for meals out and stuff like that. Just kind of really shaved down my lifestyle as much as it was to sort of make money on the one hand, but to kind of bridge the gap in between what I was earning before and what I needed to sort of earn now to pay the bills. I kind of brought the bills down by sort of having fewer financial commitments that way.
Yeah. So how often do you go sourcing? How often do you go to all the thrift shops?
I'm on a bit of a self-imposed and Mrs. enforced sourcing ban just at the moment because we both had colds. We were both passing a cold back and forth through pretty much all of January. So to sort of get out of each other's hair and get from under each other's feet, I was going out quite a lot just to sort of, because it's cold as well out. I thought the cold will kill the germs. But it was a case of, every time I was going out, I was using it as a sourcing opportunity. And for the very first time since I started reselling, I've got myself a death pile. Never had it.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, managed to get sort of that 18 months down the line without having a death pile at all. And when I started to sort of, I got a little bit sort of almost emotional about it to begin with, because it was like all this stuff had mounted up, and it was mounted up with stuff that was ready to photograph, stuff that had just come in that I'd not done anything with yet, stuff that was ready to list, stuff that was list. I was just piling it all up because I wasn't totally well myself to put it all, file it all away properly and shit like that. So I just kind of got a bit complacent and then got a little bit like, oh shit, what am I going to do with all this gear now? It's everywhere. So yeah, I've come to the conclusion, basically all it is, I've got a death pile, so I've just got to live with that. I'm working through that at the moment. But generally, to answer your question, sorry, because I went off way on one then. But to answer your question about how often I go sourcing, generally speaking, I'll probably go a couple of times a week. I'll go out to shops, charity shops or op shops, if you want to call them. A couple of generally sometime during the week. A lot of my local ones tend to get deliveries and stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays. That tends to be the days that I sort of try to get out to them. And then at the weekends, I'll either go and find somewhere where there's like a bit of an out of town store or something like that that's open on a Sunday. Or I'll go to the car boots, the markets, and buy there at the right times of year.
They're the best. car boots in the market.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Like I made this confession on Chris's stream the other day, but I've never actually bought clothing from the markets or the car boots or anything like that.
No,
I can't bring myself to do it.
I probably never would either, because at least when you're in the op shop, thrift shop, you get to check everything. You know what I mean? You get to check everything. I personally think when you're in the markets or in a garage sale, if you're right in front of the person that's selling it to you, you can't pull your phone out and check shit. You just got to wing it. You just got to wing it. Of course, if you're at a garage sale or the markets, you can walk away to a different area or something and pretend you're texting someone. And sometimes I'll walk over to another area and go, I pretend I'm like laughing at a minute. But I'm really fucking. I'm really typing it. I'm like, oh, missus. But yeah. They're full of shit. Couple more people come in the chat. We've got Harry Humstone.
Hey.
And we've got Cara. Cara in the house.
Cara, Thrifty Pixie. Hey, Cara.
And Matt M. Tronchen. M. Tronchen, new one to the chat there, Matty Tronchen. Cara has found. She sent me a message this morning. She got a bingo item. She found a Gold Coast Suns football jersey. Brad's not in here watching yet, Flipper, but me and Flipper have got a private bet, and we have both been looking for. Do you remember the episode where I found those nudie jeans? Because he put that bet to me.
Which ones would that be? Would that be the first pair that you found or the second pair you found? Because I believe that you're two-time nudie champion now.
Two-time nudie champion. So he will be a skull with a whiskey. So Gold Coast Suns jersey is the next one. I really thought I'd be able to fucking find it, but Cara looks like she's found it before both of us. So I'm going to put it to Brad that me and Brad should both do a full beer skull, because Cara found it before both of us. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know if he will like that, but I'm just going to put that out there and then let Cara choose the next thing that we find. All right, so Tracy's got a question instead of me waffling on, because this is about you today. Where is Andy from?
I'm from the UK. I'm based in Cheshire, so northwest UK. I'm kind of right on the border of Manchester and Cheshire, so I'm on the border of sort of the big city in a sense, and the sort of Cheshire countryside. So I kind of have a lot of good opportunities for different avenues for sourcing. I can go into sort of city folk shops, and I can go out into the more sort of country, horsey set people with quite a bit of money sort of areas and source around there as well sometimes. So quite lucky in that respect.
So you got a fair few thrift shops around you?
Yeah. I mean, I can go about 2 miles in each direction. If I set a 2 mile radius from where I live, there's probably something around about 25, something like that I could probably get to quite easily. Right. So yeah, it's pretty saturated with places to pick stuff up around here. Definitely, yeah, very lucky in that respect.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
I mean, they're not as big. That's the caveat. Like the charity shops in the UK. They're not as big as you see in the US or you see in sort of Australia or anything like that. Yeah. They're more like not even sort of convenience store size in some cases. They are quite small.
A lot of the Marie's in the house. Hey, Marie. A lot of the op shops here in Western Australia anyway, they're former video shops. All the video shops that have closed down. And you know how big the video shops were?
Yeah.
They've moved into that, so that's pretty cool. And it's funny because 2 of the video shops I used to work in down south when I was younger, fucking are both op shops now. So it's pretty crazy. But I've noticed, on some of the videos of the UK people that the very small your ones. Show your bottle again. I got up on the screen there. Harry says he wants to.
My bottle. There we go. A Tyskie Polish beer. It's 5 horsepower. So there we go. Yeah, it is a reasonably big bottle, to be fair. It is definitely too big of a bottle for... where's it gone? It's definitely too big of a bottle for the Aussie VHS Thrifter stubby holder, unfortunately.
Call that nearly... Hold that up again. That's nearly a long neck to us. That's nearly a long neck. Hold the bottle up.
Where's the bloody camera? There it is.
How many mils is that?
That is about 650.
No, it's not a long neck.
It'll be some European measure. It'll be some odd, obscure. This is how much beer they could fit in a clog in medieval times. So they make the bottles that size now. Be something like that.
It's nothing. That's nothing. Oh, deep end of the sandbox. Oh shit, alive! What a treat! Yeah,
Yeah,
we're live Saturday
yeah,
morning.
definitely.
Saturday mornings. What else we got in here? So yeah, Anne Marie's in the house. So I got a box from you about
Yes.
a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, which arrived. Still have not opened it because I cannot open it without Kelly. She
No,
won't let me
lovely.
open it without her. And plus, I've been on night shifts, so back at work, so I haven't been able to open it and film it. We're going to do that tonight. We're going to open your mystery box tonight. You
Cool.
sent me. We're looking forward to it. Kelly, like I said, I wanted to open it a fair few times and a few days where I had opportunities, and I got "Don't you dare open that without me." So that will be getting open. She's hoping there's some stuff in there that she can still.
Yeah.
Tracy,
There should definitely be a bit of something in there for both of you. No danger. Yeah.
Well, when Tracy sent me a box from the US, yeah, that we tasted it all, and then the open stuff went in the cupboard, and I went to go get some the next couple of days, and it was all gone. Especially those cookies, man. Fuck, she destroyed those cookies. But
we'll see if we can beat the US then.
I hid the gummy. Tracy gave us gummy worms. I don't usually eat lollies, and fucking those gummy worms were so good, and I hid them at the back of the cupboard, and they still found them and finished them. So
yeah, I put a load. I did originally put a load of sweets and stuff like that in the box, but I had to take it out for weight because they were just absolutely slaughtering me on the postage.
Oh, the postage cost is just ridiculous over here. But appreciate it. We're gonna open that tonight. We're gonna open that tonight. We've got 27 in here now. Zahir's here.
Zahir, woo!
In the house. I want Zahir to do to get picked up by some animated TV show where they do a James Bond cartoon, because his voice is so like James, so smooth. It's so smooth.
Yeah.
His voice being on I can see your voice being on a cartoon character. It would just be perfect. It would be perfect. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Now we have Party. Lauren is here. Okay. So we got in here. Chat's going pretty fast at the moment. Oh shit! And it just skims right past it. One in the chat. So hello, bike contests. Bike contest. Hello. Jasmine. Any other new ones jumped in? We've got Tommy.
There we go.
I feel like this guy has been in every bad movie about the UK. He's like the guy. Slinging fish at the seaport. I don't get that one, sorry.
That is a niche reference. I don't know. I don't get that one. Sorry.
Alrighty, that girl sewing is in the house.
All right. Do you mean I look like a Guy Ritchie stereotype? Is that what you're going for?
All those guys on the dock selling fish, maybe. Oliver.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Alrighty. So, your main thing you look for when you go sourcing, what is your cup of tea? What is your cream of the crop you like to find? I like to go fucking straight and find some videos and find DVDs and find cassette tapes and media. I'm into the retro shit, but I'll still grab the other stuff now because Jasmine and Cara and Brad and all them and all the others, I could mention heaps of other names, but all those guys got me into the clothes. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Finding some cool stuff. Like this is even one that I fucking found. This is a retro freaking shirt I found at Stay Rad 80s.
That is like your outro video as well.
Yeah.
And the same style. That's uncanny.
I literally found this on Thursday at the op shop. I ran in. I didn't film in there or anything. I just ran in there to see if I could find anything good because I went to the shops to get some bread and that for work. And I was like, "Fuck it, the op shop's right there. I'm jumping in. I'm going to see if I can find anything good." All I found was this shirt, and I was like, and of course, the one day I didn't have my video camera, I was like, "Fucking so good." I found one thing. I was like, "I'm wearing this." But anyway, what's your main source? What's your
Yeah. Well, I mean, I never set out to sell clothing either, to be honest with you. When I very first started, clothing wasn't on my radar. It wasn't something that I wanted to do, but gradually sort of fell into it and found, as you're doing now, how much money you can really make with clothing. So one of the first things that I'll always make a beeline for when I go in a shop or anything like that is the coats. That's sort of one of my big. That was one of the very first things that I sold in clothing because it was what I knew. I've always had sort of quality outdoor coats and stuff myself, and I've had a couple of sort of weekend jobs when I was a teenager working in outdoor stores and stuff like that. So I kind of had a bit of knowledge on the coats already. So coats are the first thing that I make a beeline for. But in terms of things that I absolutely love to sell that are a little bit more obscure and a little bit less sort of common to find, I love old razors.
Not used razors.
Yeah, antique razors, old razors, man. Like the old school Gillette safety razors with like the the screw up handles and stuff like that. Fact.
Okay. I'm listening on this one. On this one.
The old razors. I've got an old razor here, but it's not a safety razor, so it's going to take me a minute to get it all out and show you. But yeah, the old school safety razors, like the old Gillettes and stuff like that, they generally sell pretty quickly. They sell for good money. And you often, it often doesn't make a difference whether they're clean or not. And that's the disgusting thing. People buy them in any sort of condition. Really? I can't bring myself to sort of sell them in a shitty condition. So I always clean them up as best as I can. But you wouldn't believe it's something that, obviously I don't know the exchange rate exactly, but it's something that I can pick up for a couple of pounds at a car boot sale or, like an antiques fair or something like that. Because it's one of those things where the people that are getting rid of them don't think they're worth anything. They just think it's a crusty old razor. They want to get rid of it. So I can pick them up for a couple of pounds at a time. And the last one that I sold was £35. Was the last razor that I sold. So they do go really well. You don't have to supply any blades with them or anything like that. As I say, you often don't even have to clean them up, and it doesn't often affect the value on some of them either. But yeah, old razors. And this one that I've got here that I've been putting together, I can't line up with this camera. But this is what they call a Rolls razor. So this is like all captive. Comes in a box like this, and this blade. Sorry, I can't. There we go. Right, this blade that's on the razor mounts onto this little handle. On that little prong at the end there. And what you can do once the blade's in place, you can run it up and down, and there's a sharpening stone inside the case, so it sharpens the razor. You can flip it over, do the same thing the other way, and it drops the razor. So you never have to replace the blade. This is from. This is just about post-war. This one. This is about 1950s, 40s, 50s.
And what do you reckon you'll get for that?
This one's listed at the moment for 70 quid, I think. 69.99. Yeah. I did pay up on this one a little bit. I did pay a tenner for this one, but it's so cool that if it doesn't sell ever, I'm just going to keep it and use it myself because I think it's awesome. But I'm not going to be using it at the moment because it's very much beard season.
It's beard season. Don't shave at the moment, anyone. Do not shave. It's beard season. Trust me, do not shave at the moment. M. Troncini wants to see what beer you are drinking. He's missed what brand it is. I don't think he's tasted that one before.
I was drinking a Tyskie, which is a Polish beer.
Tyskie.
And I'm now drinking Staropramen, which is a Czech beer. Again, 5 horsepower. And again, a 650ml obscure European bottle size. Yeah, and I've just realised there's a Staropramen waiting in Tyskie. It's like there's a Staropramen waiting in Tyskie. Sorry, Bowie reference. It's late. I'm drinking. I don't normally drink.
You got it. It's 8 in the morning here, so I'm not having a drink yet. I got to go to the shops. I got to post all my shit, and I want to do some thrifting. So I don't want to get picked up driving. We got a few more in the chat. We got Bron and Mel have joined us from the op shop in Queensland. Hey. Mel's over there with Bron at the moment. So I think Rod is there as well, and Drew. So watching from the op shops. I'm not sure if they're with them today. Who else we got that's just joined in with us? Jotty's here. Thanks for joining in, buddy. Swamp Picker. Awesome. Joined in. We got Big Girls. Really do cry.
Hey, Laney.
You want to sing some Jersey boys there? Froggy Flips is in the house.
Hey,
I love Froggy Flips. Froggy Flips' beard is cranking down to here. He knows it's beard season. He knows it's beard season.
He's the leader of beard season.
I know.
Beard season.
Every time I get to about here, I always get it trimmed. So I just can't get it down to there. But Froggy could
Yeah,
be in the
I've got that annoying sort of Northern European thing of it goes blonde and then it goes ginger, and now because I'm getting a bit older, it's going grey as well. So it just doesn't know what it wants to be, and I just end up looking like a tramp at most time if it's too long.
It's the blame the ginger part on the sun. Just blame the ginger part on the sun.
I would if I didn't live in Manchester. There's,
you got no sun.
It's not known for the sun.
So they even Frog Anthony says all year round, beer season all year round.
Boy. Yeah,
I
boy.
always say, if your dad doesn't have a beard, you've got two mums. That's
yeah.
Hey, we got what else we got? We got Bucks Toys collectibles in the house. Bron's going live tonight. All right, so okay, so do you collect and hoard stuff like for yourself when you go sourcing as well? Like, because I know you know a lot of us guys like to keep shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've got what's described as having champagne tastes but shandy money. So I like, you know, I have pretty my tastes, things that I would collect, things that I would want to own lots of are things like cars, watches. Yep. I shoot a bit as well, so guns and stuff like that. There are certain things in that avenue that, you know, I'd go down as well.
Yeah.
So luckily, my hobbies are so expensive, and my interests are so expensive that they're prohibitively expensive for collecting. Yeah. So there's not really any collecting these days, which is a good thing, because I do have that sort of personality where if I started, I would never stop. So
it's kind of a good thing, but at the same time, I love collecting shit. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
There's so much crap. You're just like, I can't even get into all the stuff. Like you buy so much stuff to resell, and then you go, oh, I think I'm just going to keep that one little thing because that reminds me of something of my childhood, or I'm going to keep this just because maybe that will be valuable a little bit later down the track. Now, do you buy all? You sell DVDs as well, correct?
Yeah, a few, yeah.
Have you tried my little thing that I've been trying to plug to everyone on the last few episodes, where I just buy shit when you get them for $1 each? I'm talking about the TV series, and when you get all the TV series, do you not list them if you've got, like, just say you've got series 2, series 4, and series 7 or something like that, and just put them aside and then keep a list in your head?
Yeah,
and
that is a solid tip, definitely. Yep. I have started looking more at different series of DVDs and stuff since I've seen you talking about that way of lotting up.
Yep.
So I have been looking at them a bit more when I've been out and about. The last big success that I had with DVDs, though, I got an absolutely killer deal on. I bought them from a car boot sale from a really frustrated middle-class woman that was clearly not at home at all at being in a car boot sale sort of environment. Yep. So she was sort of getting ready to pack up and all this lot, and I just sort of ran up and had a look through the stuff she's got there. She's got all these like bin bags, black polythene bags full of DVDs and stuff. And I said, you know, how much are your DVDs? Meaning, you know, what sort of price individually? What do you want? What have you got on them? She says, oh, just give me a tenner for the lot. So I was like, okay, yeah, no problems. I didn't even carry on exploring in the bag to see what was there.
I love that mystery DVDs. It's mystery when you get home.
Yeah, definitely. And especially when you've kind of nicked them almost in terms of the price that you've given, you know, the price that you've got them for, you've pretty much nicked them. It's a massive, it's like playing the lottery. It's great, but without as much risk, and definitely more opportunity for reward. But all the stuff that I found in there was all British crime shows and series of British crime shows. So there's stuff like Midsummer Murders. And then like a few old 70s TV shows and stuff like that. And I got a big collection of the Midsummer Murders DVD box sets. And they were like the ones that were kind of done up to look like a book. So they go on your bookshelf. With about 10 discs in each box. And I think I sold that collection for about 200 quid just on its own. So that was a phenomenal one. That's one of my best experiences with DVDs, definitely. I don't buy loads of them anymore. I used them initially as something that was kind of reliable and something that would always trickle out. So they were sort of as much as they were something to sell and make profit on, they were kind of a bit of a morale booster early on as well. When you're kind of trying to get to that point where you're making daily sales or you're getting sales more regularly, having little things like DVDs that are a little bit cheaper, quite often they'll trickle out, you know, a little bit, you know, you'll sell a DVD every couple of days or something like that occasionally. And it sort of bridges the gap and it sort of raises the morale a bit early on, because you think, yeah, I am actually selling stuff here now and consistently selling stuff. So it kind of pushes you to the next level almost.
Really, like, surprisingly for myself, DVDs have been going so good lately, like really, really good. Like,
yeah, I saw the Captain Submarine one that you got the other day. The
Captain Tsunuba or whatever it is. That it's got some watches on it already, but that was an unusual.
What did you put it on at in the end?
I think I put it on 70 or 80 bucks. I put it on because it was used, and there was a few other people that had it for 90 used, and then people had it for brand new for 150. So I've already got watches on it, and $3 into 70. I'll take that any day. But when I get these TV series, spewing, I can't put them in the kitty straight away. But fuck, they've been you know what I mean, collecting up, and I now do have a few full, like, 10 seasons and all that, so I'm gonna have to look at some of these and put them together, and then you just keep in your brain, if you're picking them up for $1 each, and this is for a TV series, you know. I know the last Family Guy that I picked up cost me $4. Cost me $4 that I got. That's going to be on next week's ride along, I think. But you know, I needed, what was it, season 7 to make the whole 10 seasons. So I was fuck, I haven't found this one. I'm just going to pay the $4. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, absolutely, Especially if it makes it up to that, because then obviously you're going to sell the full lot of seasons. It's going to be worth it for the return of investment. And that's another good thing about doing what you're suggesting, with kind of like lotting them up and doing it over time. You have so little invested in it at each time that you buy one, that it can afford to sit there for a couple of months or whatever until you get the whole lot.
Exactly. A buck a piece. You're putting them aside, and I've got them in piles of, like, I've got, you know, your Simpsons, your 2.5 Men, your Family Guy, your South Park, and Kardashians crap and all that stuff there. And it's all like, and there's so many seasons missing in the middle of all of it, but I'll find them eventually. I'm not going to go out on Marketplace and search for this crap and say and try and beg for people for it. I'm just gonna, if I find it, I find it, and
there's enough of them out there. You're going to find it eventually. Exactly.
And it works. It's fun that way as well. It takes the fun away from me if someone fucking gives it to me or something. Like,
yeah. You've got to have the thrill of the hunt, and the thrill of the chase, definitely. Yeah.
Exactly. The thrill of the chase. Fun. Now, I did this game with Brad. Now, let me just get this while we're talking here.
Yeah, sure.
I did this game with Brad. Now, I can't see the screen at the moment because I'm just trying to find what I made up last night. So while I get this loaded, I've got my what's it called? The what would you sell it for? So if you picked it up from an op shop, whatever, for $1.50, without looking at comps and all that, we're going to play what would you sell it for, and we'll just get this sucker up on the screen. Nope, that's not what I want right there. Hold on, we've got a share screen, and we've got to do the whole computer, I think. Yeah, my entire screen. Okay. This is the only way I can do it. Okay, so so all right, so that should be on. Is that on full screen? Because I cannot see comments or anything.
Well, it looks it. I can see us two small on the side of the screen, and then that in the middle. So
yep, that's what we want. Yep, that's what we want. All right, so I do 6. I did this with Brad. Doesn't matter if you're wrong, because this is just mucking around. People in the chat can have a little guess as well. So the first one that I found, I just went random last night. Just went some random stuff. This is a vintage. So let's say you picked up this for a couple of bucks at the thrift shop. Vintage set of 2 Pepsi Cola beach bath towels, advertisement towels, I guess. They didn't put what year they are on there, so this is the way they've listed it. This is the way they've listed it.
Okay. Yeah.
What would you list this at?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a Coke person as a rule, so Pepsi is like not as popular. I think maybe internationally Pepsi's probably not as popular, and Pepsi merchandise maybe not as popular.
Mhm.
But then I've seen vintage towels do very well and stuff as well, mainly thanks
Yep.
to Cara.
Yeah. This is why I brought
But
this up. Cara loves this
yeah,
game.
yeah, I'm gonna go for, let's say, $70.
70, or I would have
Yeah.
personally said 50. Tommy has written 39. Zahir said 50. Deep End of the Sandbox has said 50. Bucks Toys, Maddie has said $100. Tracy said 95. This was crazy. This was just something that I this is Australian prices as well. So
Yeah,
I sold for $121. And the pricks fucking charged Frankie Fine said 34. And they charged $48. So they must have
$48 post. Did they deliver it by hand for that?
Yeah, no shit. So that's pretty crazy. So look out for some
That is
Pepsi
crazy.
towels.
Yeah, definitely, man. Whoa.
Look out for Pepsi towels.
Definitely.
So everyone was pretty Maddie was the closest actually, Bucks Toys. So Maddie was the closest there. Jody 150. He was pretty close to.
Yeah. That's not far, man.
All right, so I always do 6. I don't know why I chose my number as 6. I did 6 with Maddie. See, I'm not looking impressed down there with me and the kitty down in the bottom corner. As you see, I've put myself and Kitty. Me and Kitty do not like that price that was in there because we would have got it wrong. Okay, so we got Heartbeat. This is Australian dollars. Heartbeat, the complete collection series, 1 to 18, 99 discs. 99 discs complete.
Now I'm pretty. Go on. Sorry.
Let's say you picked it up for $10 because you're not gonna. Someone's gonna sell it. They're not gonna sell it for less than $10-20. So you would have picked it up for $10-20 because this is 99 discs.
Yeah. Big old box set.
What would you think? What would you think?
I'm pretty sure I've seen this sold in the UK.
Yep.
Certainly on UK prices for about 200 quid, I think. So I would think it'd probably be about the same in dollars because I don't think it'd necessarily have the demand. So I don't think it'd be like the double up of $400 or whatever versus £200. I think it would probably still be about $200, maybe.
That's about 200. We've got, all right, let's go with everyone else's. We got Tommy's $475. Deep End said 250. Tracy said 325. $60 Australian by Jasmine. Yeah, we're going Australian dollars on here. 99 discs. Jody says 290. Bike contest $99. $400 for Maddie. Frankie Fines 150. I would have said, just in my mind, if I picked that up in my brain, I'd say I'm at least getting 200 plus postage. I'm at least getting 200.
Definitely.
And Marie says 500. So in my brain, I know I'm going to get 200. $599. They only charge $17, not like the Pepsi motherfuckers. Those Pepsi motherfuckers fucking charge $40-something, and this is a better product. So
yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, so it did convert to dollars pretty much from the sterling prices that they go for. That's crazy. I didn't think it'd because it's quite a it's a pretty niche TV show. I didn't think it'd be that popular internationally, but there you go.
Yeah, I would be. It'd make me sick if I had to pay fucking $20 or $10 for it because I fucking hate this show. I hate Heartbeat. But damn, that bloody first theme song is so catchy. That's pretty crazy. Oh, and we got another one in the chat. Daniel Bennett is in the chat. Cheers, Dan, for joining in. He said 300. So pretty close as well. A couple $100 off. But I would have said 200. But at least we would have known $200 would have been in the kitty straight up.
Definitely. All right. And we'd have got a quick sale at 200 as well, I bet.
Yeah, I would have got. I'm thinking I can sell fucking. All right. So this next one. This is a WWE wrestling figure, brand new Sound Slammer. It's a Sound Slammer, the Rock figure. So you press his little legs, and it makes it says you smell what the Rock's cooking. And these aren't all trick questions and all that. These are just what you honestly would think you would sell it for. Just some of them have happened to be more than others. This one sold 2 days ago a day ago. So this is
not something that is in my area of knowledge at all. This is a massive hole in my knowledge. is wrestling stuff and wrestling figures. So I'd just be pulling a price out my ass really. But let's say $60.
$60 on that one. Tommy's got 85. I'll tell you that this is from my sold listings. I sold this yesterday.
All right.
Couple of pickers have said 50. Deep end of the sandbox has said 40. Maria said 200. Jasmine has said 65. It's not a rare piece. I picked this up for $6 brand new from a toy store, and they are going for about $50 on comps. 45, 99, 110, $19 by comp says, and I'll show you the price what I sold this for, because you know what I like to do? I like to undercut motherfuckers. I like to undercut everyone. I sold it for $40. The average price is about 45 to 50, so I undercut everyone. So Tracy, you were pretty close there. Bucks Toys, 45. You knew what you're on about there, because that's what it should have sold for.
Can't beat it on a $6 investment though.
$6 investment, and I got a fair few of them. I sold a Randy Orton one 2 weeks ago, and that one went for $50. And that was another $6 one. They were all brand new. So check out your toy stores. Definitely check out.
I really need to learn wrestling stuff. I mean, I did grow up watching wrestling a little bit and stuff, but I grew out of it and sort of became a sci-fi nerd instead. And I've got a massive hole in my wrestling knowledge and stuff like that. So watching some of your videos and actually talking to you about some of the stuff that I've picked up wrestling wise as well has definitely helped. And a couple of bits and pieces that Brad has picked up as well. Diary of a Flipper.
Yes,
a couple of things he's picked up wrestling wise have helped me out. Just having a bit more of an idea of knowing what to look for.
Yeah, I get the messages from Flipper. He's always picking my brain, but I've got a cool video going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks about wrestling figures. I'm going to give all my secrets and info away, which something to do with the photography part of it as well. So this is for loose figures, not for new figures like that. So that's just my basic photo I took with my black background. But yeah, all right. That's so cool. Retail arbitrage. I don't usually do. I like going to toy stores though. All right. Oh shit, Kara's back in the chat now. Kara killed it. Kara killed it with when I was doing it with Brad, and she was on point. She was on point. So we've got two left. A vintage 1997 Galoop Spice Girls Girl Power Victoria 12-inch doll, brand new, still brand new, 1997. These aren't trick questions. These are just what you think. This is something you would probably find at a thrift store for $5 because they wouldn't even know that it's from 1997. They'll just think it's a Barbie doll. So what would you think in your brain? Because you're from the UK, I had to put like heartbeat in there.
Definitely, man. I would say probably least popular Spice Girl at the time, maybe with her and I don't know. Mind you, you look back on it now, and you can pick fault with them all. But
I agree, though.
Probably one of the least popular ones at the time, I would say. So maybe didn't sell as many. Does that make it more rare now? Does that make it worth more money? Maybe. Does that still make it less desirable? Who knows? Let's say we got 100 out of it.
100? All right, you're going 100. I personally would have said, I reckon I'd guarantee myself between $50 to $80, between 50 and 80. Yep. Plus they pay for their own postage, of course. So we've got, all right, 120 Australian from Jasmine. We've got Jody says 145. Deep end of the sandbox is going 15 American. No, wait, $10. Frankie finds 89. Couple of pickers, 75. Here we go. Cara, she's in the house. Kara's going 115. I'm getting Kara on one of these Saturday mornings, and I'm not.
Yeah, definitely, man, because she's going to smash this every single time.
I'm not going to give her 6. I'm going to give her like 15 of them to do.
Just make the whole show doing this at Kara. Just like, right, we're going to do this for an hour, and you've got to get them all right.
Kara's brain. So Kara's got 115. Big girls really do cry. 120. 99 from Brad and Jazz. 165 from Tracy. Marie's going 200 again. Tamara Mills, $90. Bucks Toys is going 325. Holy shit! I don't remember what the price
Toys.
Maybe $80 is from VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. previews, and Jeff is 43, and Brad is in the house. Flipper, how's your fish sauce
going on,
Brad? Coco, how's your fish sauce, mate? All right, $86.11. So I personally would have thought $50 straight off the bat. So everyone was pretty close, but it looks like people just don't like Victoria that much.
Yeah. I think it's her more than anything. I just think it's kind of her from outside of the Spice Girls that people don't like her. That's just a personal thing. Yeah.
So there you go. If you find a vintage, if you find a vintage Spice Girls figure, brand new in the box, you know you're going to get 50 plus for it. So
what one do you reckon's worth the most money? What Spice Girl do you reckon's the most valuable Spice Girl?
You know, Baby would be the one that I would grab. But,
yeah, definitely. See, I'd go Baby as well.
It'd be Scary and Baby. That'd be the two that everyone want. No one would want Ginger straight away. That's like, that'd be the one that you'd have to like. Ginger, you'd have to get that one, and your wrestling figures, like when you got the female wrestling figures, and have her in the ring with them, and she'll be the jobber that you'd beat every time. She'd be the jobber. But then Baby and Scary would have to be a tag team and come in. But anyway, let's not go over that.
That's a whole other stream entirely.
Yeah, when you get into my brain, when
Fantasy Spice Girls wrestling.
Yeah, that would be an awesome faction. That's fucking cool. Best theme music ever. Sporty. Actually, Sporty would fucking just kick everyone's ass, probably. Yeah. All right, we got one more. Unfortunately, Craig is not in the house. Craig came on couples, not in the house, but we've got a VHS. We've got a VHS, and this is a Sonic the Hedgehog movie VHS, 1999, in case, and it's got its original poster still in the case as well. I didn't even know they did a cartoon Sonic the Hedgehog movie until last night. I was just looking up on comps VHS that are sold, just for this little what would you sell it for, and found this, and I thought I'd chuck it in. So, what would you think on this one? If you picked it up for 50 cents.
Yeah, like you, I never even knew that was a thing, definitely. No. But obviously it's Sonic, so it's going to be...
And remember, the movie's out at the moment. That's why I picked this as well.
Yeah, topical as well, definitely. Yeah. I reckon this is going to be one of those really crazy ones that's going to be something like $150 or something like that.
Okay, you're going 150. I would have said just 50. Personally, I would have straight up said $50 because the movie's out at the moment. You got to think of those little things like the movie's out at the moment, so I'm going to be guaranteed 50. That's what I would think. So Marie said 150. Jody said 60. Toys. Maddie said 70. Brad's going 62. 62. I think he wants to compete with Cara. Jasmine said 70. Right deep end of the sandbox. 80. Yeah, the price is right. What would you sell it for? Is the price is right. But the kitty doesn't lie. That's why the kitty's there. Because this is real price. This is real prices from the kitty. To cry 58. Frankie finds $30, $95 from Uniquely Me. 50. Pixie Cara says $89. Does she know the kitty? I can't actually remember because I did these last night. I did these last night when I was half asleep, so I'll personally say 50. I actually honestly can't remember. I actually can't remember if this is the last one or if there was another one either. 42 from Blu-ray Previews Australia. Let's see what it is. $79.95. Damn it, Cara. You were so close. Cara was $10 off. I think Cara was really the closest. And someone said 70. Yeah, it was said 70. Bucks Toy said 70, and Jasmine said 70. 89. So yeah, pretty. And what did you say? You said 80, didn't you? Oh, you said 120.
No, I said like 150. I thought it was going to be something that was really obscure and kind of because I'd never even heard of a Sonic the Hedgehog, animated movie in 1999, and that's kind of about the sort of time when something like that had probably been on my radar to a certain extent. So if it was around, I would have heard of it, and I just can't think of it at all. So I just thought that's got to be rare.
They gave free postage.
Well, I suppose if they've picked it up for like 50 cents or $1 or whatever.
We got one more. I do have one more. I didn't realize I had one more. Okay, one more. I must have done 7. Is that 6 or is that 7? I don't know now. I was half asleep.
I've lost count as well, man, but we could do this all night for me. It's all good.
Yeah. So we've got VTG, so that must mean vintage. I don't know
Yeah,
why they
definitely.
wrote that. I wouldn't have listed it like that. John Deere Generation 2 70s USA, Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville. I was nearly going to say Louisiana. MFG hat,
Louisville, Kentucky, I think.
hat snapback. Now look at this hat. Is this a fucking weird hat or what?
Yeah,
Look how
it's like
big the front is.
long as fuck. Yeah, what's that all about?
So I just typed in hat, just as my last thing I remember. I just typed in hat. I was like, oh, I need to fucking find something else. Typed in hat, and I saw this, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I would actually, and I'll be honest, I've heard of Tommy and I think Tracy and a few other people have mentioned about John Deere before. So when I saw it as well, I thought, fuck it, I'll click on that. So what do we got?
Big in the South. I imagine big in the South in the States. I would have thought. Definitely.
Big. I don't. Yeah, that's weird. But anyway, what do you got on this one? You found it for $2.
I don't know, man. That is such a weird item.
Your minimum expectations of what you think straight away. Oh yeah, pick this up for $2. What am I gonna sell this for?
Let's say it goes for about $50 or something, because it is really obscure. It's so weird, that hat. I've never seen anything with a peak like that before. That's like
very weird.
It's like they've made it for a joke. It's
It's 1970s, but
yeah, but you'd have flared trousers, not a flared hat.
All right, what do you got on this one?
I reckon about $50. Let's say $50.
I'm with you. I would personally say if I picked it up for $2, I'd be saying 50. You pay your own postage. Happy with that. So we got Cortex says I sold one a few weeks ago without the poster. Oh no, it's about Sonic. Lauren said 80. Mothership's in the house. Dwayne. Hey Dwayne. Who else has got?
I think it's one of those things that's weird, but I think everybody I think the Americans probably like they know this and they think, oh yeah, it's not that weird. We just think it's weirder than it is.
I think the Americans are going to get this one as well. I can't actually remember what it was for either. That's what 125 from Marie, 75 from Tamara. Brad is going 110 on the way out. Jody says 190. Mothership says 89. He is the auctioneer. I'm going with Mothership.
Yeah, that man.
Blu-ray previews says 87 to 130. Kara says
a big range.
Yeah, Kara says 134, and she's just bang. She's just going 134, not even 135 or whatever, but 134. Tracy says 215. I've got some faith in Tracy there because I do remember it was either Tracy or Tommy is what I heard talk about John Deere hats before, or it was on their show anyway. Jasmine says 60. Deep End says 225. And Star City Picker, $197.99.
Some specific guesses.
Yeah, I know. Jess says $77. Bike Connor says 35. Tommy says 485. All right, Tommy is still in the house. Tommy, was it on your show that I heard you and Tracy talking about John Deere hats before? Because I've heard them somewhere and I don't know why. 25 from Maddie. Spooky Tapes is in the house. Spooky Tapes, 225. It's a very, very fucking weird hat. It's so weird.
Where you find Tommy sold that one.
Yeah, it's a one. Oh, I will piss myself if that's fucking from Tommy's listings. But Tommy takes better photos than that, so I doubt it's Tommy's. All right, let's see how much it was. $249. Hold on, what did fucking Tommy say? No, Tommy said 485. So this is Tracy's listing then. Tracy said 215.
Yeah.
So it's unusual.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's an unusual hat. $250 though is pretty sweet. They charge $37 postage, so maybe that came over to Australia from America, or maybe it came from Australia, vice versa. You know what I mean? But that's
maybe it's a cast iron brim. And it just weighs that much that they've got to get it out.
I tell you what you can do with that hat, though. You can turn it backwards in Australia, and you won't get burnt on the back of the neck.
Maybe that's the whole point of it. The whole redneck thing stops them from, yeah, maybe. That could be the whole point of it.
Let's go back here quickly. Ooh. And Tracy just made a damn good point. They didn't even, I didn't, long bill. So it's called a long bill hat.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
I've never heard of a long bill hat before, but
definitely not.
I suppose a duckbill platypus, a duckbill platypus hat.
Yeah, fair play, fair play, definitely. I'll go with that.
But that's pretty crazy. So I like this little game I play on my morning show.
Cool, cool.
Six little things just to see, it's I don't know. Do you go on sold comps and just type in anything and just have a little look and have a muck around?
I've taken to doing that from seeing sort of a few of. I don't think I've seen anybody in the UK really talking about doing stuff like that, but I've certainly seen a few of you guys in Oz talking about doing stuff like that, just putting random things into the, into the eBay search and checking the comps for them and seeing, you know, and just sort of finding out about new shit that way. And yeah, I've definitely done a bit of that, definitely now. And it is quite interesting, you know, you start looking at these things, and that's how I found out about the Dennis Rodman t-shirt I told you about.
Yep.
Well, I found that WCW Dennis Rodman t-shirt. That was one that I kind of found after I'd been looking at sort of wrestling memorabilia and t-shirts and stuff like that, and I thought, wow, these are some serious money in some of these kind of 90s wrestling t-shirts. Then when I found Dennis Rodman, I thought, I didn't even know he was a wrestler. So
that's definitely not a replica, that one that you found, that Dennis Rodman one, because he came over for he teamed up with the NWO and Hulk Hogan in 1990. It was either 1997 or 1998. Pick my brain there. But he had a match against Diamond Dallas Page and Karl Malone. Karl Malone came in and had a match, and then they also brought in Jay Leno. So Jay Leno and Karl Malone. Yeah, it was really weird. They were trying to bring in celebrities at the time, and so Dennis Rodman was on the Hulk Hogan team. So that was pretty funny. But WWE, because they own the WCW now, since they brought it in 2001, they've never, the only reproduction of the NWO Hogan shirts and all that is just the NWO with and they'll have the WWE logo on the tag, and they've never brought out any, and I know they have not brought out since 2001, since they've taken over WCW and brought it out, they have not brought, the Worm. That's what they called him, the Worm. There's a tag for you. Put it in there.
Right, the Worm. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
But yeah, they've never put Dennis Rodman on any of their merchandise, WWE, because I don't think they have. What's the word called? They don't have the
rights for his likeness.
Yeah, they don't have the rights for Dennis Rodman. So, which they didn't have a lot for a lot of the music as well in WCW, even though they brought all the content and all that type of shit. It was 1997. There you go, by Star City Picker.
Thanks, Star City Picker. Nice one.
A lot of the music they don't have rights to and all that crap as well. So on the WWE network, when you watch the old WCW shit, it's different music. They play different music and they put fake crowd over it when they walk into the
right, no way.
And it's funny. This is why I say a lot of the wrestling videos sell, because they have the original entrance music that they walk down to the ring to. And it's funny because I said to the missus, I said to Kelly, I said, when I first noticed it, I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's not his fucking music. That's not the music he used to walk down to. And then I put in the VHS one. I was like, I'll show you. And this was a couple of years ago. And that's when shit sprung to my mind. And I was like, fucking, actually, these wrestling videos will sell. They don't sell fast, but they will sell because people want the original content.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, they don't. It's like the original Star Wars, I guess, in that respect, where they don't want it with all the CGI shit and all the kind of added scenes.
Exactly. So if you can find some from the 80s and the 70s before they did all that remastered shit, brilliant. But it's cool. We got 33 in the house. Hope everyone has clicked a like. Hope
like the smash button, guys.
Smash the like button. We got 21 likes. Come on, we can get more likes than that. We'll go over to Andy's channel, the Mad Tatter.
Oh yeah,
more videos soon. Going to put some more stuff up.
Yeah, definitely. I've kind of been living in the past a bit with the way I shoot my videos. I said this to you, I think, the other day, that I just kind of feel like technology stopped for me in about 2005, and I just kind of went into a technology coma ever since.
Yep.
So I've been doing a lot of like recording it on my phone, then putting it on my computer, and then, you know, editing it on my computer, and then putting it up to, and just making it more long-winded than it has to be. And basically, from talking to Car Boot Chris, Cookie, and the Haydens,
Yep.
I've found out that there's like apps that can just do everything for you pretty much now in terms of video editing. So it looks like I can pretty much do everything on my phone.
Okay.
So hopefully, if I bring myself a bit more up to date, I can start putting out content a bit more often, and maybe not make videos that are, you know, I think my shortest video is about an hour long. So yeah, you get value for money out of my channel, definitely.
They're good for when I'm on night shifts.
Value for money in that respect.
They're good for when I'm on night shifts. You go through all the stuff that you sold, and I like it when you go through what you've sold as well, because a totally different area of places we don't thrift and we don't see inside those thrift stores. So it'd be cool if you could take out maybe once or twice and show us what the inside of your thrift stores look like as well, because a lot of UK people don't show us what the op shops look like. So that would be nice.
Definitely.
Even if you did a couple of minutes,
like that, absolutely.
even if you just did a couple of minutes, or even just film the outside of it if you're not comfortable filming inside, because a lot of people aren't comfortable filming inside, which I don't have a problem with. I don't give a shit. I don't
have a problem either, to be honest with you. I think if you're in a public place, you have no expectation of privacy, so just you know, get on with it, sort of thing.
That'd be pretty cool to see what's.
Yeah, I should be able to do something like that. Yeah, definitely.
That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, some more content. Definitely get over to Mad Tatter's channel. Give him a subscribe. Which you've got way more subs than me anyway. I should be.
Yeah, but you're flying up, man. You're
flying up. Your channel. I got nothing.
Yeah, but you're gaining subs faster than I've ever gained subs in my whole YouTube channel, you know, career. It's yours is just going. You'll be trending by the end of the year, man.
Just baby steps for me. Just baby steps for me. But I'm gonna. We've gone over an hour, so I'm gonna have to finish it all because everyone, and I know you want to go to bed as well. So get over to Mad Tatter's channel. We're definitely gonna have some new content for us, and he's just promised he's gonna do some filming in the thrift shop, op shop. No pressure.
On me. I'll do that.
I want to see that in the next few weeks, and yeah, definitely. And I wanted to say. Brad and Jazz do Sunday morning shows, so I know they'll be like a midnight for you as well. But I think in discussion with Brad, he was excited that you're coming on my show today.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Brad has mentioned to me that he would love to get you on one of his.
Yeah, definitely. I'll go for that. Yeah.
So it'll be like tomorrow this time, basically. So like whenever it happens, you know what I mean? Same time frame.
Yeah, I'd go for that. I've got a lot of love for the whole sort of Aussie reselling YouTube community. You're such a solid bunch of guys all around. So yeah, I'll.
And I'm sure there's heaps of stuff that I've missed of questions to ask you, and Brad will pick your brain differently to what I picked your brain, because we think differently. But that's why we do our little Sunday show together as well, so we can pick each other's brains that way and have different things. But that'll be awesome if you could jump on Two Aussie Thrifters channel.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that. Yeah.
I know Brad would love to have you on, and he'll contact you about that for sure.
Sweet.
And anyway, guys, tomorrow night is worldwide reselling.
Sausage Fest.
It's on Brad's channel. It's on Brad's channel. Here we go again. I'm plugging Two Aussie Thrifters. They don't need no plugs, but I'm plugging them. Brad's my boy. So get over to their channel tomorrow night.
Come for the chat, stay for the sausage.
Yep, Sausage Fest. We've got a fourth sausage on tomorrow night because the Flipper is jumping in. So 4 sausages. And jump on into that, and definitely jump on to Andy's channel. Like this, everyone. Thanks heaps for joining in. Next Saturday.
Thanks a lot, guys. Great to see you all.
Saturday, I'll have a little bit of a surprise who's jumping in, and I'll let you know at the end of next week. All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much, Andy. I know Brad's going to have heaps more questions.
An absolute pleasure.
Because yeah, you know, we've only got an hour. So we'll
it's all good, mate. It's all good. It's all good. It's been an honour and a pleasure being on, and I'll come on anytime you like, my friend. Not a problem at all.
Excellent. I'm definitely going to have you on again. And one of my next videos is going to be opening that mystery box you sent me.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I promise you now, and I'll put this onto camera, I've not put anything in there to stitch you up. If anything does end up stitching you up, I'm sorry, but I definitely didn't put it in there with that intention.
Yeah, I do love a good stitch up, but chili sauce I'm done with. Brad destroyed my palette that day, but
yeah,
I got him back fucking good.
Oh, you got him back big time, man. You made him like drink Neptune's urine. That was horrendous.
Fish sauce, I would never have drank that. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I went straight to the
I can't believe he just drank it though.
I know. I was like, fuck him. I'm fucking getting him back. No fucking chance in hell he's fucking getting me with that chili sauce. Straight to the shop I went. Anyway, that's another story. Thanks everyone for watching and joining in for the chat. This is awesome. I love doing the mornings. I love doing Saturday mornings and getting all the Americans and the UK guys coming in. So that's awesome. Thanks, guys. And I'll see you whenever the next video is. Like, subscribe, do what the fuck you want, but definitely go to Andy's and subscribe. Definitely subscribe there.